Well, what's up everyone? Welcome back to our lawn, and today you're looking at this fall, or whenever you're watching this video, you want to renovate your yard. You want to take your existing yard, kill it dead, and bring it back with a new type of grass. Now, there are a number of reasons why you might want to do this. I'm going to do a different video here coming up next, talking about how and why you want to choose overseeding, just taking care of a lawn, or completely renovating. But this is for those of you that have made the decision to renovate, and you want to burn it all off, kill it, seed it, and get a new type of grass for, again, whatever reason. In this video is what I believe to be is the easiest possible process to go through that I've used multiple occasions. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5 times with great success. And now let me be clear up front, there are additional steps you can take, and I'm going to talk about those as we walk through the process. But I have the footage of what I did here on this little section to the side of my landscaping, but I now have the Seed Superstore Kentucky Bluegrass, which matches the rest of my front yard. So let's walk through this process, and I'll talk to you about how or why you're doing these things at each step of the way. So the first thing you have to do is obviously kill it. And now for me, the easiest way to go about that is by some sort of weed and grass killer, whether it's Roundup, whether it's something save, glyphosate, whether it's whatever it is, a weed and grass killer, and spray. Now, if you want to do this perfectly and you want to ensure the highest and utmost level of success, you can spray it off and kill it. Water it to get more weed seeds to germinate. Spray it off and kill it. Water it to get more weed seeds and grass seeds and everything to germinate. Spray it off and kill it. And do that over the course of a month, 6 weeks, whatever. To me, I haven't done that. I haven't done that ever. And I have had great success. And let's actually talk about why you want to do that. Right here, this tall stuff is some garbage grass that I don't want in here anymore. It didn't get all the way killed off, and now it's coming back. Now, if you're someone that's going to really bother, I would recommend going through that extended process of killing it multiple times and watering and going through that whole thing. I don't think it's necessary, because you know what's going to happen? This Kentucky Bluegrass is going to come in, it's going to mature, and it's going to crowd out whatever garbage that is. Plus, I can at any moment pull that out. And it's what I've done in the other places too. I've had some other problem grasses in my front yard that I've been renovating that's come back, and I just pull it. And then the Kentucky Bluegrass takes it over, and it's not an issue, and you will never ever see it. So save your time. That's at least my opinion. You don't have to agree. But if we are talking about the easiest possible way to go about this to get the greatest chance of success, absolutely spray it once, let it die off, and then get after the next step. So what is the next step? Well, for me, and what I think is important, is you're going to need to get all that old material out of there. So either just a rake, I would recommend mowing it down to as low as you're willing to mow with your rotary, bag it, get all that out of the way, out of there completely, so you can get down to the soil and have access to that to get good seed to soil contact, which is what we're always going to talk about. The next step that I've had a lot of success with, and I think is important, is either I've tilled every renovation to this point. This time I just brought in a little bit of topsoil. So all I've done in through here is I brought in a little bit of topsoil just to fill in some of the holes and get a good fresh loose layer of topsoil for the seed bed to sit into. Once you're done with that, now comes seeding. So basically I hand seeded this, and you can see not exactly the most even of seeding. Even as I watch back the footage of me doing this, I just completely almost missed this area right here. But there is grass in there, it's growing, and it's Kentucky Bluegrass, and it'll fill in. I'm not worried about it. And maybe there's an aside here. I believe the easiest grass seed to get germinated is rye. The easiest grass seed to plant and have a nice yard, my opinion, Kentucky Bluegrass, because you don't ever have to overseed it again. This is going to come in thin. There's going to be some bare areas. By next June, KBG will have solved all of those problems. That's my opinion. Rye is simple enough. If you have a bare spot, you throw some seed in there. A week later, you have a lawn. Which one of those you think is easier is your decision. Then you will see a lot of people, and I don't mean to bring this up because it's the wrong thing to do. It's probably the right thing to do. After seed goes down, you will see people put straw on, or peat moss is a common one. I have never ever done that. You will never ever see me do that. It looks miserable. It's a ton of work. I don't think it adds that much value. All I do is I take a leaf rake of some sort, and basically once my seed is on the soil, assuming my soil is loose, because you should have made the soil surface loose, either by bringing in soil or tilling or raking or something, all we're going to do is just drag a rake over the top. Basically that rake is going to grab the top 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of dirt. It's going to roll it over, and it's going to roll the seed in there. So I have plenty of seed to soil contact. That seed is protected and in the dirt. It's not going anywhere. You don't need to put peat moss down. If you do, it's gonna help, but I don't think it's necessary. And again, this is all about making this process as simple as possible for you. Another step in this phase, you will see people roll it to pack that dirt down in, get even better seed to soil contact. Never done that once. Haven't ever done that once. Seed germinates, grows in fine every time. So I have and will continue to skip that step. And then we come to the most important part of the process, is the only thing that can guarantee you success in a seeding project, is keeping the area wet. If you keep the area wet, there's very little other things you have to do. I haven't even fertilized this. I didn't put any special starter fertilizer. I didn't do anything. That seed comes with all the energy it needs to germinate, send down roots, and get established. So I haven't even fertilized here beyond what the ground had gotten before we started this. All I've done, and actually since this is such a small little area, is I've just used that guy. Hand watered this. Basically, I can look out my kitchen window. If it looks dry, I come out here, I spray it until it's wet again. I go back inside, rinse, repeat until seed germinates. And I was gone for a weekend, 4-day weekend while this was coming in. So I did buy one of these and just use an oscillating sprinkler set to the area. Had this water every 8 hours. So it watered at 9, 5, and 1 in the morning. And when I came back, seed was germinated, so it worked. This was like $47 on Amazon, and it seems to work just fine. And it's 4 zones too, so I'll be using this probably for the rest of my front yard renovation as well. And that's it, you guys. There's plenty of content on renovations and how you want to go about it with several more steps. All of those honestly will guarantee a higher level of success than this process. But I've kind of implemented the Euler's principle to my renovations. I want to do 20% of the work to get 80% of the results. Because renovating is hard work, and as simple as we can make it, the better. Kill it off, get the material out of there, get the seed bed ready with either dirt or a tiller, get the seed down, rake the seed in, water. That's it. And really, the only thing that really matters is that you water. I probably could have taken what was here and just tossed seed on it and watered it, and it would have been fine. So, hopefully that's helpful for all of you, kind of a step-by-step walkthrough of the process that I've used that I believe is the easiest that I can implement for renovating with a certain degree of success. So hopefully that's helpful. Let me know what sort of projects you've gone through, what successes you've had, what failures you've had. You know, ask any questions in the comments. I'll be happy to reply to those. Send me a message wherever, whatever. I'm happy to talk about all of this stuff. So, subscribe to the channel if it was helpful. Subscribe if you wanted to continue to follow along with what we're doing here in our lawn. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.